Go.
Are they really? They're really that bad in here?
No, it's just the lack of stuff in here.
Oh,
it bounces. Yeah,
okay.
so
We should
that's
have put up some like fucking styrofoam or some shit.
no. I don't need it. Just to make it a little louder, and then when you export it on the computer, make it quieter.
We started.
Yeah, we're starting.
on.
Yeah, we're on. Yeah.
We're starting by talking about the sound effects.
My
of the
favorite
room.
subject, audio.
Is that what we do now?
Yeah.
No,
This is the Thanksgiving spectacular.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so spectacular because there's only the three of us.
I know.
No one wants to come on the show anymore, man.
No one likes this anymore.
Nobody likes this anymore.
I lost
Weird.
all my friends.
I lost all my friends.
I blame the COVID.
No, don't blame the COVID.
Okay.
Blame the three of us that have very off-putting personalities.
Yeah, we
Yes,
really do.
yeah.
Yeah.
I realize that.
Whatever.
Right now, Mateo, you're dressed like DJ Retardi.
I am. I often do.
You have a pink hat.
Yeah.
It's
We-
very
we-
colorful, though.
It's very cold in this room, so
It is.
we need like the
We need it.
we need
Yeah.
to keep our hoodies on.
We need it.
Yeah.
So Kyle Rittenhouse, guy's a fucking murderer.
What
huh?
is your take on this,
Like,
Mateo? Because
like-
you're a man of karate. You're a karate guy.
That's how
Don't
you would've
take on a
handled it.
guy with a gun. You're gonna lose.
You're a man who is trained in self-defense. No.
Yeah. Like
Now, do you feel that he should have shot those men, or he should have went to combat,
honestly, you have a gun. It's pretty long. You don't even need to
hand-to-hand combat?
You don't even need to shoot it. You can hit him with it.
Honestly, if he had done what you're saying, like
Yeah.
the hand-to-hand combat, he would have been like fucking stomped out like Mussolini.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
you have that kind of a gun. You don't even need to shoot it. You can like, long hand pistol whip him.
Do you think he got pussy? The
Absolutely
last
not.
couple
No.
No, no
days?
chance. No chance.
No.
You don't
No.
think some hot 45-year-old NASCAR fan,
Nah. The
who's
only
a guy,
guy maybe. Yeah.
was blowing him?
He is like the one of the first ever Generation Z men.
He's very ugly, though.
He's so fucking.
You think he's ugly?
He's fat. And
He's
portly.
so
Very
ugly.
portly.
Like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
like,
What specific? It's like why do you think he's ugly?
He has
fat.
he has like fat
he,
face.
he does, and like the fact that
What
he's
a tr-
almost 18, he pretty much
He's 18, no?
no, he's 17 still.
Oh, he's still 17.
Like I'm saying, like he looks like this now. It doesn't get better.
I bet in 6 years he comes out, he's ripped.
Oh, man.
Him and
You
Nick.
can be ripped and still have an ugly face.
So what? What are you talking about? That doesn't mean anything.
Okay.
No, he's gonna be jacked out of his
him
mind.
and Sandman?
Him and Nick Sandman are gonna start a podcast.
Whatever.
Nikki.
Fucking last house to take on the left.
Like you know what I was also thinking about? Like I was thinking about this hard, like
Really?
the
Tell us more.
well, I mean, like the trial. Don't get me wrong. Was everyone's saying is biased? But, like I don't know. I'm thinking other shit now after that guy ran over those people with that truck.
Oh, the what city was that? Waukesha?
Yeah, same city.
Well, no, Kenosha was. It was.
They border now or away from each other.
Oh, is that called crossing state lines?
No, it's not. They're in the same state.
I know, Wisconsin.
Yeah, I know. That's like they've got serious issues in that state.
Yeah, remember like back in the day when Wisconsin was best known for the Green Bay Packers and
Yeah.
that 70s
Right.
show?
Yeah.
Now there's all these fucking mass murders going on.
I fucking read something. I don't know why. It was fucking tragic today in the
that?
paper.
What
was that?
They were talking. They were interviewing people who lived for that hit and run, and some guy who was in the audience, picked up the saxophone and was covered in blood.
Oh, wow. That is terrible.
Do you think the guy, the killer, was just upset that they were celebrating Christmas in mid-November?
They did it on two different news networks locally. An in-depth analysis of this guy's alleged crimes he's committed and gotten off for.
Yeah.
It is 15 minutes long, both videos.
What?
What else has he done?
He's on like alleged arson, like
Try to kill the Easter Bunny?
like alleged stabbings, muggings, robbing. It goes endless with this guy.
Criminal.
Yeah.
Well, I heard he was he shouldn't have been released from prison, but under the new those new laws that can
Those weren't federal; those were local. So that's what I got. Yeah, that's what I got off.
All right.
Let's get back to Rittenhouse.
Yeah.
Okay, he sat down with Fucker Carlson.
I didn't watch it. I'm gonna watch it.
I watched it.
I watched a little bit.
Tucker
of it.
Carlson kind of talks to him like he's like a really like empathetic school principal.
He really does.
Who's just like, yeah, like you're in my office today, and I know you're a good kid and all, but
Yeah.
we're gonna talk about what
We agree.
Yeah, I mean, it was a weird interview.
I know. I looks it. I haven't watched it, but I've seen clips. I'm watching it today, actually.
Yeah.
Now,
Tonight.
the one thing I liked about Rittenhouse on the stand is how he handled himself. He was very
how
well
do you mean?
spoken.
Yeah, how do you mean that? I want to hear where you're going with this.
He had like an answer for everything.
Yeah, he did. Yes, he did.
You know.
Well, I don't think he
But
believes.
his crying, though.
Yeah,
Hold
that
one
was a
second.
bitch
The
move.
crying was a bitch move. But a lot of people thought that was fake, and I thought it was pretty genuine.
No, I thought it was fake.
He looked like a fat.
You thought it was
crybaby.
fake?
Yes.
Why you say
I don't think that was fake.
It can be 50-50, like the striding for the radar effect.
Yeah, but Mateo, here's the thing. If it was fake, look how unattractive he was.
Yeah.
Crying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you cry, if you're an actor, right?
Yeah,
like,
you gotta look
You're
pretty.
a great thespian. You know this.
Yeah, you gotta look pretty.
You gotta make it look pretty.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, you're not blubbering like a 5-year-old.
He had the De
who got
Niro
his
cry in Goodfellas.
Fucking
yeah.
dungaroos taken away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was crying. He was like, give me a second.
Well, this is an interesting argument. I looked into it and I asked two lawyers about this, and they said it's
You
technically
asked
like
2 lawyers about this?
yeah, like why not?
You asked Celino M. Barnes.
Stop. And they were like, the reason he got away with it's not because of the gunshot or the murder aspect, because legally, if it's open carry and you get attacked, like just because you provoke a situation like he did, and someone retaliates, because I'm not explaining this well. Because someone is a provocator and brings a gun to a fight,
Right.
they don't shoot anyone, but the provocator, on the other side, or anti-gun attack, a person with a gun may, in some states, have the right to shoot back because of protection. That's what, like, do you get what I'm saying, right?
How big you think his penis is?
I don't know. He's pretty short, so not much.
Now, did you hear? So he did jail time, right?
Yeah.
Now
he's
like for 7 days though.
Yeah.
How long was he in jail for?
I've read some articles at 13 days. Like
It was like not even 2
he
weeks.
spoke
Yeah.
glowingly about the officers.
He wasn't even
the
there to get a
correction
neo-Nazi tattoo.
officers. Right.
What were you saying? I'm sorry.
He spoke glowingly about the officers, but it's not making his whole white privilege thing look good. When
No,
when you start talking, you gotta like make it sound
But
like
see-
it was hell. He was just like, I did my time, and the officers did their job. Like,
well, it's
it was
probably
just-
probably the officers.
he is like a white motherfucker.
No. I'm saying like the officers probably like him because officers are notoriously classed as like the racist job.
Yeah, you're right.
that
Yeah.
name Kyle Rittenhouse. Could you
Can't.
pick a whiter name?
Oh,
Oh, I can.
That's the whitest name. Why? What's the whiter name?
Anders Breivik,
Who's that?
the guy shot up that Jewish camp in 2012.
Oh.
That's terrible.
All right, I didn't
Okay.
know that.
Okay.
I didn't know that was a white name.
Oh, you want on?
Oh, hey.
Okay.
Nah, he's just waving.
He's just
Okay.
waving. He's just waving.
He's just waving. That's the gimp.
Yeah.
We have a gimp that walks.
No,
around.
but-
And it's not me. I assure you, it's not me. I'm not the gimp.
You want to be a leather man?
I thought about it in the past, but now it doesn't get me like
Doesn't
anywhere.
get you hard.
No.
Anders Breivik.
Breivik.
That's a whiter name than Kyle Rittenhouse. I don't think so.
And it's sort of like the Brev because you get the German aspect. Rittenhouse, I guess, is also German, but like less sounding.
Whose house? Rittenhouse.
Where does he go from here, Mateo?
Well, he's acquitted, so probably.
Fox News.
Well, that is legitimately what's
I
happening.
don't think they
It's-
have the money to afford him.
No, like
Know what I can see happening with him is Trump has been talking about this major media company. I can see
no,
Trump
that's gonna happen.
hiring
Yeah.
him.
I honestly like if Trump makes a major news company, I am subscribing and I'm going to support him, but I want to see how fucking cringy it is on air.
I don't think it'll be as cringy as you think.
Wait, Trump is gonna have a show on there?
Yeah, he wants to do a Trump TV thing
His
He's
own
too
team, like
old.
what? Like his own, like Larry King
or like Kumi or something like that. Yeah.
Cumia. Come
Well,
on.
he has like the network. He said he wants to get multiple shows on.
Right, but it's not gonna be Compound Media.
No, that's
I mean,
not-
most of the content will be like Compound Media. But it's gonna
That's
be
what I'm talking about.
I
That's-
know.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the Opie and Donald show.
So I think
Bitch tits.
Rittenhouse clearly goes into a career in the media.
Definitely-
he's very well
No,
spoken.
he's going to. It's probably like
He's like 17 years old.
Now, did you think he was picked on in high school?
absolutely.
What do you think?
I think middle ground.
I don't know. Well, he definitely stands his ground.
He stands.
yeah.
He stands his ground definitely
I bet
hard.
the ladies would tell him you can open and carry this pussy.
Yeah.
Now I
He
don't know.
puts the pussy in a body bag.
yeah, that's what he does.
Skateboarder. I don't know. Like, so I'm like listening to him, and like, you know, clearly I'm not the brightest.
He reminds me of a little bit of like a gym. Like he's like a gym guy.
I thought you were gonna say Jim Norton.
No,
I was thinking that.
Like, what?
Yeah.
Like a gym guy? What do you mean? Like
Like he'll walk around the locker room like fucking naked and shit like that. Like
Oh,
he's
like
a
Joe
gym-
Rogan, like a short guy.
like
yeah.
Joe Rogan.
He said in one of his episodes recently he walks around the gym naked a lot. I'm not making it up. I saw that clip on.
Yeah, no one's putting a gun.
No
to
one's
your head.
denying that.
No one's
Joe
called-
Rogan's a caveman.
Yeah. What were you saying? I didn't mean to interrupt. I didn't mean to interrupt, dude.
Okay.
Was he like an athlete? No.
Yes.
I think they said
Yeah. No, they said in the trial
Yeah.
he was on 2 teams, a rowing team.
and an archery team.
Yeah.
Oh, was he really on an archery team?
Yeah. There was a few. There was
I don't
the
know.
archery team, the rowing team. And they said something
I don't
about
think that's true. Yeah.
something about swimming. There's very different. There are various
swimming.
There's various types of swimming sports. Like there's
Could you pick 3 sports to avoid black people?
Right,
I know,
exactly.
yeah.
Oh my
I was gonna
God.
say.
like I don't know. Because I remember they said he was a swimmer in one of the articles around in the Wall Street Journal. But like swimming can apply like laps in the pool, diving, and there's also something called I forget the name of it. It's basically long distance swimming on the shore of a beach, and they have competitions for that.
Okay.
As a sport, so it can be either one of the 3.
That sport's called not drowning.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what that's called.
I was expecting like a normal sport, like football.
Yeah, I thought he played like baseball or
Yeah,
something.
like baseball.
I don't know.
It's a good baseball name.
Kyle Rittenhouse.
Probably.
Catcher.
Third baseman, left-handed hitting catcher.
Left-handed hitting catcher.
So you think he goes to like he's gonna become a media pundit? I don't know. He's like kind of young for that.
No, they're gonna milk it. Like I don't think he wants to per se, but like the money and NRA might like push him into it, being like a public spokesperson.
Well, now they're selling what, like Kyle Rittenhouse gun sales.
Yeah, he's like that stuff is like apparently like his relatives are not like some of his relatives are not for it because
Yeah, of course not.
they didn't do it. They didn't ask for their permission, so they're making money off the situation. So a few of his relatives, I saw an article, are actually suing those people of those promotional stuff without permission for the name. We'll see where that goes.
Some would say he's a great American hero.
Some would say white devil.
Some would say he's the white devil.
Yeah.
I say he's just a normal kid
I call
who
him.
hates black people.
That's how I will put it too.
No.
He's not even a racist. He said he supports BLM.
Yeah, but he kind of.
Yeah.
You think he's just saying
He-
that?
he was
You think
like-
someone would lie about that?
Yes.
Yes.
Am I being naive?
Like most do.
Anyway,
Know what I hated about the original video from the original Kyle Rittenhouse
Right.
video is that he's walking around the protest and there's like clearly destruction going on and stuff like
Yes.
that, and he's just like so stupid. He's just screaming, "Medic! I'm a
Right.
medic!
Yeah, like,
does
that's-
anyone need help? Medic!"
That's like another thing about that whole thing was that if you're in a protest or riot, it's a
Yeah.
fucking riot,
it's both.
and you get
Both often blend into
and
one
you get
another.
terribly injured. Could you imagine seeing fucking Kyle Rittenhouse face working on you?
Just that white devil stare. I'm
like,
gonna
what
help
is
your.
this
Stuffing your guts right back
Yeah,
into
What is
you.
this 14-year-old gonna do to me?
Yeah, really.
Yeah, I know.
Just like I got this.
Oh, I didn't know Doogie Howser was here.
Right.
Yeah, he's just going around, just yelling, "Medic, medic!"
This chubby little.
And then
white
the
kid.
other guy,
I guarantee 2 years down the line he gets arrested for something else, like not even murder.
You
Like,
think that's where he lands?
because most people who got arrested and tried statistically go back again into the system, even if they're acquitted.
I don't see it happen to Mateo.
I'm not saying he doesn't murder again. I'm saying
I think I know what's going to happen. He's going to go to Las Vegas and steal all those guns, steal back his memorabilia.
No,
He
no,
is.
like I'm
He's
thinking
like
maybe
white
like
OJ.
the guy turns 18 soon. He's getting tons of money from like tons of companies.
That's true.
Doesn't know how to file taxes. And IRS hits him or something.
He is gonna be a fucking billionaire. That guy.
Exactly.
Billionaire.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's wrong with you people?
No.
Suing
Yeah.
all
Yes.
the news networks.
Oh well.
And you know, in certain states, when you get money from suing, like lawsuits and federal, you still pay taxes on it, even though it's
I know that.
But like, if he fucking does it, and like he has the money to have an accountant, but if he does it wrong, one little bit, they're gonna go after him.
There was a great moment on the Tucker Carlson interview.
Yeah.
Where he was like, when I went to jail, I lost a lot of weight. And since then, I gained it right back. And Tucker's like, I hear you there. Did like a fucking stupid white guy.
Know how
laugh.
you know they're biased? Like, you know how like I remember the interview.
Yeah.
Know how you know like they're incredibly biased is that they don't call the protesters. They call them rioters.
Yeah.
They don't ever acknowledge that they were peaceful protesters at one point. See, like last year when all those things were happening, the news networks, like especially like CNN and MSNBC, they refused to call the rioters.
Not
They
true.
just kept
There are a few who did.
I'm sure there were, but most of the time,
Most
like,
of the
Yeah.
time.
but it works
They were
both
literally
ways.
showing-
See, on Fox,
Yeah.
they should acknowledge the fact there were also protesters, even though it broke into riots. But
Yeah,
like, that's how
exactly.
you know how biased like those guys
on
were.
CNN, they were like showing people fucking breaking into stores, and on the bottom line was peaceful protest happening.
Yeah, it doesn't look too peaceful to me.
No, like,
fucking
did you guys see that
Minnesota, whatever the hell they were
footage that
protesting.
Michael Rappaport posted?
Michael, I don't watch anything where Michael Rappaport.
Okay.
Ever since he let me down in the movie Copland.
Okay.
He was Superfly.
Yeah, I get it.
But go on. What did Mikey do?
He was driving like his car like on Fifth Avenue when he looked at a Louis Vuitton store and they were looting it.
Oh.
But like when you watch the looting footage, it's so like organized and meticulous. You think just people are walking in and out. Like
Oh, that's nice.
So Michael Rappaport put this out. He
yeah, and
filmed it.
it's on his Instagram.
He filmed it himself.
Yeah.
That is insane to me. You're an actor.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you need an Instagram follower?
Really?
I know.
Like, why would you put
He
that
does.
out?
He does. He
I
needs
guess
one.
so.
Yeah, because he sucks.
Because
as
he's
an
not
actor.
talented.
He's a shitty actor.
He's
terrible.
He's not talented.
I used to watch his show, The Ward Home.
I love it. I love that.
That was a great show.
That was with Rami Malek.
I know.
Yeah. If I would have told you that the fifth lead would go on to win an Academy Award and Michael Rappaport would be filming Instagram videos,
Yeah.
fucking 15 years from now,
You got fucking Rami going out there
Yeah.
acting his ass off with those giant teeth and the
and he
fucking
does, and
bohemian.
he's good in everything. Now.
Oh, he's really
What
good.
was he in? He did play the Bond villain. He looked
Yeah,
like
no,
killed it.
No Time to Die. I'm watching it Friday night. It looks great. I haven't seen it.
yeah.
The best thing I think he's ever was Mr. Robot.
Well, I didn't watch that show.
I didn't watch
but
that
I
I
know.
heard it's very
Too fucking nerdy for me.
yeah,
It is.
I heard he's very good in it.
It is.
yeah,
both
Mr. Robot.
both is true.
Mr. Robot.
And he was so
robot.
he was with I'm sorry, Michael Rappaport. He puts out a video.
Yeah, like you're watching, I'm like, oh, they're looting it, but like the people in it are so meticulous.
Now, what is Michael Rappaport doing in the video? Is he cheering them on?
No, he's like, oh, look at this.
He's like, goal, goal.
No, he's like, oh, look at this nonsense, and then, like he's like laughing at it and shit. Like,
Damn.
like the way that it was like filmed, all the people lining up, like we're like on the line to like
That's nice.
get something, but like the people coming out are all running scattered,
Right.
so they were lining up on cue to like loot it.
You know what I
sounds a
hated? No, I'm sorry.
Oh no! It sounds a little like remember on January 6th,
Yeah.
when they stormed the Capitol, but then once they got into the Capitol, they all formed a single file
That
line.
was like
yeah,
the
that's
most
weird as shit.
stupidest shit I ever
Yeah.
seen. Michael Rappaport, I did a stand up New York with him, and
Yeah.
you know what I hated about him
What?
was how seriously he was taking the set.
yeah.
He was like, he had like notes. He was like talking to other comics. He's like, should I do this here?
He's not really
Should
a
I do
comedian.
that there? And we're like, I'm just like listening to this fucking terrible actor. By
He's
the way,
mad tall too.
He's really
very
tall.
I climbed that tree. You know I fuck him up
He's very tall.
easily. I slapped the cell phone.
That's why
out
he's
of the
not a
thing.
good actor. Actors are short.
He was
Yeah.
good in Atypical on Netflix. That's like the.
I never seen that.
I think he's an atypical asshole. That's what I think he is.
Anyway,
I shouldn't really rip him up,
I know.
but why not?
Yeah, I know.
Well,
a lot of people do. Like I know, like Rogan was going at him a few months ago.
Well, he went after Ari Shaffir, Michael Rappaport.
I know.
He was all like, "How can you do that to another man?" It's like, shut the fuck up, Michael Rappaport.
You know what I didn't like about that was when Ari Shaffir did all that, and they only ever single out the Kobe one. He had been doing
He'd
it
been
for
doing
like
that
2
forever.
years. Yeah, he'd been
Yeah, I
doing
know.
his whole fucking
But
career.
they were all just like, "You don't talk about Kobe like that because he meant a lot to me because he was."
That's
a
why
basketball
cancel
player."
culture's a fucking joke.
That's right, Mateo.
It is
Like,
a
like
joke.
I follow Ari Shafir's career. And it's like when I saw that happen, like, they're taking like he's done this for so many celebrities, and like that was the one. I'm like, no,
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it was kind of fucked up though.
it was,
fucked
but
up,
I
dude.
also thought it was really funny on Twitter reading it.
I didn't think it was too funny.
Okay,
A lot of 45-year-old men with children were very offended over.
says the guy who wrote a joke about Pete Davidson.
Oh,
Fucking, I
Says the
wrote
guy.
several jokes
I
about
know.
Pete Davidson.
Yeah,
wrote several.
yeah.
Hey, I hear he's fucking Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, I know.
I was what a good call I made a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
I didn't like that episode because the first 5 minutes of it, it sounded like a gossip show.
Right.
Because we were probably
Whatever. We need content. It's content
no, I
works.
know, but we sound like E News.
We sound like Wendy Williams.
We sound like let's send
How
it,
you doing?
and now we're gonna send it to Mateo. That's the E News network. That's all they do.
Yeah, I know.
You ever watch those shows?
Yeah.
And they're just like, and here's this clip from Gary Busey yelling at his stepmom, and now we're gonna send it over to Ryan Seacrest.
It's like how Gary Busey has a stepmom. He's like 70.
You fucking bitch! You ever see that clip of Gary Busey on Big Brother Celebrity Big
Yes,
Brother?
yeah, it's
where
so
he's just
weird.
Fighting with this little gay dude, and the gay dude's
It's
like,
like-
and he's a pig. He doesn't even clean the
Yeah,
toilet.
the
Takes a
toilet's
big
like
dump
dump.
and doesn't even clean the toilet.
It's so good. He just pisses people off.
Yeah.
There's another clip where he fights with like some British guy.
Yeah.
And the British guy just goes to shake his hand, and Gary Busey just walks away.
Yeah.
I love Gary Busey.
Yeah, so do I.
I love the Buse.
Can we talk about? I want to bring this up in an episode. The
Sure.
one where, the show you guys were booked on last night. That was historic.
Oh, the twin
Max
show.
and
Yeah.
Nikki. Yes, Max and Nikki show.
Max and Nikki's
Very-
vintage basement.
Very
Yeah.
nice. I had a good time.
I had a great
It
time.
was a really good show.
Did you
I-
stay
I
for the
don't
whole
think-
thing?
Yeah, I did.
You did. Who else went up besides the two girls and Stone and Stone?
Yeah, Stone and Stone headlines.
Stone and Stone.
They did like 30 minutes. And it was remarkable to
pretty
see
good.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that British guy you were talking about outside, I met him.
What British guy?
When he tried booking you over the phone.
You talking about? Oh, you can tell that story.
Yeah.
He didn't try booking us over the phone. We did a show last summer that Nick Tellelli asked
Yeah.
us to do.
Oh, Mick
and
Thomas.
it was in Long Island, and he says for this headliner named Mick Thomas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we get there, and there's just like this dude. We're in the green room, and we're sitting around a table, and this guy just looks at me and Greg and goes, "Who are these guys?" And Tellelli's like, "Oh, this is the guys you wanted, the two twins." And he goes, "These aren't the blokes I ordered." He's like, and then we're like, "Well, this is who you asked for." And he goes, "I want the Stone and Stone.
Right.
You got me fucking Greg and Bob."
And then he's just like, he was actually pretty funny because then he's just like, well, whatever, have a say, you know, order anything from the menu. And we're just like, oh shit, is it free? And he's like, no, it's not free.
No, why would it be free?
And I'm like, well, that's what a menu is there for.
Yeah, but why he like offered? He's just like order. It's like take anything you want.
have
It's
anything.
all that's all taken care of.
Yeah.
And we're like, we thought the food was free, and he goes, no, it's not free at all. We're gonna split the bill at the
Yeah.
end of this.
And then,
and then he just had these because that was when so that day, the day before then was the Derek Chauvin verdict.
Yeah.
Right. And he's like, we're sitting around, and I think the George Floyd topic came up in conversation, and this guy, Mick, now mind you, Derek Chauvin's name was blasted on television for not only
Months.
not only a year straight,
Yeah.
but also the day prior. Right, his name was. It was impossible not to know this guy's name, and he's just sitting there. He goes, "What's the fella's name?" And we're just like, "What are you talking about?" He's just snapping. I was like, "What's his name? What's that bastard's name?" And we're like, Derek Chauvin. He goes, "Chauvin, hate him, don't like him." We're like, what a brave stance.
I
And
know.
then,
but he just had conflicting.
yeah, then he just had conflicting political
yeah.
opinions. He'll just be like, "Oh, I hate Derek Chauvin, but you know, you got to support the police. You know, you can't
Yeah.
just be an animal about
No,
things."
he was talking to me and like I didn't initiate. I was like, because this British guy walked out of the bathroom to go outside, and this British guy started talking to me and like it hit me like, oh, this is the guy Rob was talking about.
I don't think it was.
Yeah, because as soon as I met him, he started Stone and Stone walked
And Mick
out.
Thomas is Irish.
He's Irish.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's probably a different guy.
Okay.
Way different.
They're not
guy.
friends. I mean, he's
But
not
Mick
friends
Thomas
with them.
was
He couldn't even book them.
possibly the most bizarre person I ever met.
So this guy's Irish or British?
Mick Thomas is Irish.
Oh, so this guy's the guy I saw last night was British.
I told him this story about this comedian from out here that was banned from a comedy club.
Right.
And it was an amusing story. It was supposed to be funny. And I told him this, and Mick Thomas was all like, oh, that makes me mad. And I was like, no, it's supposed to be funny. He's like, no, I hate when people get bined.
So what makes me want to fight them?
He's like, oh, I don't like that at all. And I was just like, oh, okay. Then he's just like, then a waitress comes by. And he just goes, how you doing, hon? And the waitress is like, good, Mick, how are you? He's like, they're fucking amazing. Doing amazing. She's like, do you guys need anything? Have a couple of waters. Gets a couple of waters. And then she's like walking away. He just mumbles underneath his breath. He's like, so fucking hot. So
Didn't you hear him? And then he was just
Yeah,
doubled down. Like she was like, "What's that?" And he goes, "I said you're lovely, baby."
yeah.
I said, "Just get us a couple of waters."
He's just like, and then
Then he offered her like she brought out because usually that's like you would ask for like you would. That's for alcohol, like
Yeah.
like get a couple of beers,
Right.
And the waitress brings out the beers, and you'd be like, "Hey, why don't you join us?" You know.
Yeah.
And when she brought out the fucking disgusting tap water,
Right.
he goes, "Why don't you just take a seat and join us? Have a water. It's on me."
they're like from the faucet.
yeah, so I'm getting the two guys wrong.
Nah, definitely not.
Okay, yeah.
He did another thing where there was a heckler during the show, and the heckler was from South Africa.
Was he white or black?
He was white.
Okay.
You're not a big fan of the South Africans these days, are you? No.
They're pretty liberal. Like,
And then he was, but the guy was heckling throughout the show, And the guy McThomas is in the green room, and he just goes, "Who's the fuck that's heckling?" And we're like, just some guy. He's like, "Is that South African bastard?" I think I heard of him. I'm ripping my fucking new one. Let him heckle me.
How did he know he was South African?
No idea.
No.
I think he just came to. By the way, the show was in Long Island. It was in a private.
Oh, then he introduced
club?
us. No, it was in a theater.
Oh, it was
right?
a theater.
But we were downstairs in the restaurant area of the
Yeah.
theater. So he just goes, "You know who plays here?" And we're like, "Who?" He goes, "Bill Burr." And we're like, "He plays here?" He goes, "Well, no, he plays upstairs, but he plays here." Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, he doesn't play in this
But
room.
then he had like another comedian with him who was like his friend.
Oh, yeah.
But his friend was just like, we're not that close of friends.
They were like,
He's like, this is my best mate.
and the guy, his name was Dave, and the guy was just like, "Well, we don't know each other that well." He goes,
Yeah.
"No, you're my best friend in comedy."
And the guy's just like, you never even met my kids. He's like, I want to.
I want
him, mate.
That brings up so many red flags.
be
I want to
your-
meet your kids.
Let me be your Uncle Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he's like got to be one of the weirdest people.
He's still not the biggest nightmare in terms because he's not even really that. He's not famous or anything.
No.
No.
We should,
So-
I've met him once, I think. Should we get him
I'm
on the
only
show?
famous in Dublin.
Yeah,
For fighting
he's
guys.
he's not even the big.
Fighting coyotes. I got into a big fist
No,
fight with a
what-
guy named Coyote.
Well, let Rob go. I want to hear it. Who do you think the bigger nightmares are?
We in terms of who we dealt with.
Yeah. Okay.
The biggest nightmare in terms of like driving a headliner
Yeah.
was a guy that produced the Keeping Up with the Kardashians
and
I know.
show,
I know.
and a show on Comedy Central.
Comedy Jam.
I don't want to say.
I don't know if
I don't
I
want to
can-
say that.
No,
guy's
we're not
name.
going.
I don't
know
want to
who
say
it
the
is.
guy's name.
But he was just he was. I mean, I think it was just more of a bad circumstance.
I just think he was uncomfortable.
Yeah,
I was
It
uncomfortable.
was also we were driving in the middle of Hurricane Ida.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Remember that during the summer, and
Yeah.
we were going to a show in New Jersey. And first off,
That is a crapshoot of a roll
Yeah.
of dice.
and he was visiting from Los Angeles. Now he lives here. Now he lives in New York.
Okay.
And we went to go pick him up, and like we're just waiting like 20 minutes outside this guy's. He was outside his friend's apartment.
Who booked you? him, his manager? Or?
Danny
No,
Braff.
this guy Danny Braff who runs shows in Jersey. And
Okay, that makes sense.
He had us do it a few times. Like he had us pick up somebody. Like we picked up Mike Vecchione.
Yeah, I remember that
Yeah,
one.
like Norman. And this one in particular, we agreed to doing. I didn't really know the comic whatsoever. I'd never really heard of him, and so I didn't know what to expect. Like Vecchione, like,
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I know the comic, so I'm like, all right. And I heard him on things. He seems like a nice guy. So, but this fella that we had to pick up this time was a bit odd.
The minute he gets in the car, I was playing like Dean Martin. And he's just like, dude, I fucking love Dean Martin. That's how he sounded.
Yeah.
He's like, I fucking love that shit, dude. Make it louder. And I'm just like driving, and it's like fucking pouring, and Rob already got me lost 6 times.
Yeah, because we had to drive to like the middle of New Jersey, so
Yeah.
we had to pick him up in Manhattan.
In Manhattan.
Right? So it's a ride.
Yeah.
That's
He gets
a
in the
long
car.
ride.
He makes his Dean Martin comment. Then he goes, "Where is this again?" So he doesn't even know where the gig is. And
Yeah.
we're like, it's in like somewhere like Somerville, New Jersey or some
Oh,
shit.
fuck
He
no.
goes, "Whoa, road trip to New Jersey. Woo!" And doesn't shut the fuck up for the first half hour. He just diarrhea
I'm
of
like
the mouth.
driving, and he's just showing me pictures of Bill Burr with his dog.
Another guy knows Bill Burr.
Another
You know where he
fucking-
plays? He plays at the Beacon. Oh, wherever the fuck that was.
He just he's just showing me, and then he calls. This guy calls Joey Diaz. He's like, Joey Diaz, dude, how's it going? Come on the pod, and just hangs up. And then like he kept looking at his phone, waiting for Joey Diaz.
Yeah, you have to
call back.
emphasize that he left a voice message when he
Right.
called Joey Diaz.
Oh,
Joey
sorry,
Diaz did
yeah.
not pick up. You
Yeah,
made it
no.
sound like he picked up.
Oh, no,
Joey Diaz
It's true.
did
No,
not
Rob-
pick up
okay.
whatsoever.
Right.
Yeah. Then we're on, and then he's just going on about how he wants to move to New York, and he just keeps saying the same shit over and over again. He's like on fucking loop, just going, dude. I just want an apartment where it feels like home. I lived in LA for years. I never felt at home, and I just want somewhere where I can bring my Doberman. I can hang out. And it feels like home. He gets then like 20 minutes later, he goes, guys, you mind if I call my realtor? And we're like, yeah, go ahead, do what you got to do. He gets on the phone. Calls his realtor. Of course, the realtor doesn't pick up because no one answers this fucking guy's phone calls.
I wonder why.
And he just leaves a message and just goes, "Hey man, what's up? It's I don't want to say his name.
I'll bleep it. I'll bleep it
It's
out.
all right." And he goes, and people will know who it is anyway. And he just goes, yeah, I just want a place that feels like home and, where I can hang out with my daughter. He was giving the same speech he was giving us to the realtor.
It's like he was practicing on us.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Then we get to the gig, and actually he was very funny. But
we got to the gig
but
5 minutes before it started, and Greg and I were hosting.
we were hosting, but on the way to the
who was
gig, I
opening?
should mention. Hold on one second. On the
Okay.
way to the gig, I should mention he kept asking me. He's like, "Dude, I have one request, man. I have one request. We gotta stop at a Wawa because I want these pretzels, man." And I was like, "Yeah, like, we could stop. We could stop before the show." He's like, "We're too late." And I'm like, "Yeah, you're right." But I kept hinting at him I did not want to stop at a fucking Wawa because we're driving through in the middle of a fucking hurricane. Yeah. So the gig, we do the gig, and
We also had this bizarre interaction when we're going to the gig,
Right.
and we're on a highway, and I wanted a cigarette, and I had mentioned how I wanted a cigarette, and he goes, "Then smoke, dude." And I'm like, "No, we're on the highway," and he's like, he's just one of those guys that who doesn't listen to what you say. And I'm like, and he's like, "Yeah, you can have a cigarette. Don't not smoke on the account of me." Meanwhile, I had already had like 3 cigarettes in the city. So he's like, "Yeah, I want you to have a cigarette." And I'm like, "We're on the highway. I don't smoke on the way." And he goes, "You don't smoke on the way to gigs? What is that, like a ritual thing?" I'm like, "No, we're on a fucking highway, and I don't want to open the window."
it's fucking cold.
And he's just like, "Dude, I want you to have a cigarette." I'm like, "Fuck it, I'm having a fucking cigarette, all right?" Not because you're telling me to have a cigarette, because fucking you're pissing me off, and I fucking need a
Now you're
cigarette.
pissing me off.
Okay.
So then we did a gig, and the gig's over, and then I'm just like, "Dude, like, we gotta get going." But he was like talking to his friend, like he was visiting from LA, so he was talking to his friend, and for like 45 minutes. Which, listen, I get it. Like he hasn't probably seen this guy. I think he said he hadn't seen the guy in like 20 years. So I wasn't like rushing him out or anything like that. So then we get in the car. He's like, "Dude, thank you for driving, man. Take gas money." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, no problem, dude." And then he's like, "But bro, it's time." And I'm like, "What?" He's like, "We gotta stop at the Wawa." And I'm just like,
You're skipping a very important part.
"What part?"
That a very important part. You're skipping.
What part?
That you tried to shake him.
Oh, I did try to shake
tried to
him.
shake
I'm
him.
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because this makes us look like the heroes.
Right, you're
yeah,
right.
Yeah,
you're right.
We tried to shake this
Oh,
guy.
I did because I turned
Yeah.
around to him like
Because it was pouring.
'cause I had to drive him
it
back.
was raining, and we didn't want
I
to
had
drive
to drive
him
him back to Manhattan, and I'm just like, "Dude, I hate to be a dick, man, but like I live on Staten Island. I can drive you to the ferry. It'll take you right back to Manhattan." And he's like, "Dude, it's raining, and I didn't bring my rain clothes." And I'm like, "Who the fuck has rain clothes?"
I do.
Of course you do.
Yeah, I know.
So then he's just like, "Dude, I'm sorry, dude, but yeah, it'd be cool if you just drive me home." And I was like, "All right, no
Fuck it,
problem.
we'll drive you home.
And then he's like, "But dude, let's stop at the Wawa." And I'm like, "Oh, you motherfucker!" So then we stop at the Wawa,
Yeah.
and his behavior was nothing short of embarrassing.
Yeah, he walks into the Wawa and he goes straight to the. He's already mad, I think, because of Greg's request.
Right.
He's kind of on to us.
I think these guys don't like me.
And it's pouring, like it's pouring rain, and we walk into the Wawa, and he goes straight to the deli section, asks for the pretzels, and they're like, "We don't have any." He goes, "You don't have pretzels? I came all the way here for the pretzels." And the guy's like, "Sorry, dude, we don't have them." He goes, "All right, fine, fuck that. You have a churro?" And the guy's like, "What? Never even heard of churro. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck is churro." Yeah. Then he goes, "Fuck it, give me Cinnabons. Give me anything." And they're like, "We don't have any of that stuff here." He goes, "You don't have anything I want!" and storms out of the fucking Wawa. Just embarrassing.
He's like, "Fuck that place." I'm like, "It's Wawa.
Yeah, what'd you
it's
expect?
not. It's fucking the 7-Eleven of Jersey." Yeah. Like, so then we get in the car, and now we're driving back, and I'm like driving through the rain. It's dark. I'm like fearing for my life. The guy's just still talking. Like we almost got into an accident. Like literally a FedEx truck almost hit into us.
Oh my.
And like, I was like really like fucking
we almost
scared.
we almost got Tracy Morgan.
We almost got Tracy
Yeah.
Morgan. And he's just like still going on about stuff.
He didn't even flinch.
He didn't flinch.
Yeah.
He's just like, "Yeah, dude, like that, like my friend, I haven't seen that guy in years." And all of a sudden, and he's just like,
Big J Oker's my best
he's
friend.
like, Big J Okers is my best friend. And I'm just like, dude, we almost died.
He didn't even notice.
So then I'm just driving, and my fucking dad calls me, like, because it was fucking late, and he's just like, "Are you back at the apartment?" And I'm like, "Yeah, no, we're in the city now." I just lied to him, but I'm like driving like 35 miles per hour in the fucking rain. It's dark, and it would taking me forever to get home. Now it starts really fucking coming down, like fucking bad, like where I can't see shit in front of me, and I'm like, I pull underneath a overpass. Is it overpass or underpass? I always get that wrong.
I don't know.
I think it's overpass. I pull underneath that, and we're like waiting. I'm like, dude, we're gonna have to wait a little bit to see, if it settles down. Then once it settles down, we'll just go. And now he's like just sitting there. Now he's quiet. Now he's just quiet, and he's just like, dude, I feel this is really unsafe. And I'm like, yeah, but dude, I really can't see in front of me. And he's like, yeah, dude, but like there's cars just driving, nowhere near us, by the way. But
Yeah, the FedEx truck that almost cut us off. He had no problem with.
Yeah, he had no problem with.
But hanging out on the shoulder of the road,
Yeah.
he's like, that's really unsafe, dude.
Right.
And he's just like, now he's just kind
We're
of
we're on the we're on the shoulder.
Now he's
we were pulled
pouting
aside on the
in the
highway.
back, like, well, I mean, how long you plan on like waiting?
Yeah.
And Greg's like, dude, I don't know. It's really pouring. I'm sorry, dude. And he's like, well, I mean, it's getting kind of late and stuff. And Greg's just like, fuck it. Do you want to drive?
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, actually, I would, yeah. And Greg's like, okay. And he's like, all right. And now this guy gets in the fucking driver's
We do a
seat.
Chinese fire drill.
And like he goes, all right, what I gotta do? I'm like, put it in drive.
Yeah.
And he goes, all right, here we go. And then we just take off, and now he's doing like 120 miles an hour on the
In the
Jersey
rain.
Turnpike in the rain, just going. He goes, dude, when it rains like this, you're not supposed to pull over like that. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to drive as fast as you can to get out of it. Well, like that is the worst driving advice.
Dude, I kept falling asleep, trying to fall asleep, just in case we did crash. At least I would die in my sleep.
That's a beautiful sentiment.
By the way, he got us back to Manhattan. We were like an hour away. He got us back in like 30 minutes.
Yeah,
Like it was
he
pretty
definitely cut out like 40.
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
35 minutes.
fantastic driver.
Yeah.
Miserable person. Fantastic.
Okay.
No, he was actually a nice guy. And then we got back to his apartment. He got out and he was like, "Dude, you were just making me so fucking nervous, man." And I was like, "Sorry, man. Like I just overreacted." And he's like, "Dude, it's all good. Hug it out. Hope to see you sometime." Like he was like a fucking
He was like an
a
on
soundboard.
Yeah,
Just,
yeah.
Like, and then
He was like the test character for Ari Gold.
right.
Yeah.
Anyway,
And then like hold on, then I texted him. I got back here. I texted him. I go, "Hey man, like good luck at the cellar tomorrow night. Thank you for driving." And the son of a bitch never got back to me.
Never even text us back.
But that was one of the most nightmarish fucking. The gig was great.
no,
The
I assumed
show
it was.
great.
I assumed it was.
But
Anyway,
getting to the show.
yeah, hellish. And back. Anyway, we should get the Irish dude in the show sometime.
Who, Mick?
Yeah.
Oh, fucking Mick. I like him, Mateo. You remind me of Greg and Roll.
I'll never do
Because
that shit.
I do remember him now, and he said, like, I'm meeting
I don't think
him
he
once.
liked us. Because I messaged him too.
He never got back to us. He
never
paid
got-
us well, though.
He paid us. Yeah.
He paid us very well. We
Yeah.
hosted that. We
Yeah.
hosted both those shows.
I don't think he cared for me and Rob.
But I don't think he
Okay.
liked me.
He's like, those son of a bitches make fun of me behind my back. Fucking
but-
son of a bitches.
Wasn't he at one of the mics at the park? Like, during.
Nah, he doesn't.
He's
do
like, I
that.
don't do mics at parks. I do mics in the woods. He was like the most conflicting person. He just had conflicting ideas.
Okay.
He'd be like, hey, fucking baseball, but no, the fucking Yankees. Just like, things that
And-
don't make
It
sense.
doesn't make sense.
He's like,
Walking.
He's like,
contradiction.
I love Kamala Harris, but hate Joe Biden. Don't like him.
he's like, I hate cowboy movies, but Clint Eastwood's my favorite actor.
like, what
It's
are you
what?
talking-
What's that? That makes sense. He's like, some of my favorite movies is Good, Bad, the Ugly, and but I hate cowboy movies. Hate westerns.
hate westerns.
I hate Mexicans, but I love my long cut pretty nicely. Yeah.
Like one of those guys.
Yeah.
He just was conflicting. I for like 3 weeks, I did not stop doing an impression of him. I got lost coming back from a show because me and Rob just kept fucking doing his impersonation.
That's the way to do it.
Because it's such a great impression.
He
It is.
clearly.
That's how he sounds.
You don't think he liked us? I don't think he liked
No.
us. Yeah.
Okay.
He's like, these aren't the fucking blokes I ordered.
We already got.
I
off to a
ordered
bad
tall
start.
Jewish guys. I didn't order stubby fat Italians.
Yeah.
But you'll do anyway. Come on in. Order anything from the menu. He told me to order anything from the menu, and
No,
I
that's a wide opportunity to exploit.
I thought it was free. I
Yeah.
thought, I'm like, oh, so, we can order anything, it's free? He's like, I didn't say that. I said, order anything from the menu, though.
No,
I'm like, yeah, well, that's
what you were saying. What you were thinking is what I was thinking. Like,
Because that's common at shows, though, that you would go if they
Yeah.
can't pay you.
No, the more shows.
But he did. I mean, the thing is, he did. He did pay us, so
Yeah.
I guess maybe I don't know, but
Yeah.
but that would happen. You could do a show and fucking they'll be like, yeah, all the food's free, you get a free meal, and
Fucking hate menus.
yeah, I don't even
Know what I love?
I don't
Rating
like
stuff.
I don't like
Oh,
menus
thank-
whatsoever.
Oh,
That's
that's
all
all
right,
right.
that's all right.
Oh, just a fan, that's why.
It's all right. It's all right now.
But we're good.
We're good for yeah.
Yeah, don't worry.
Yeah,
We're
okay.
fucking,
Yeah,
it's,
we're fine.
it's a breeze.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate fans.
I hate fans, but I love being cool.
anyway,
Nick Thomas.
Nah, I don't think he would ever do our show.
no, you just text him. One of you guys reach out. Just put it in the ether.
Do you even have his phone number? You don't have his phone
No.
Okay.
number. Yeah.
No, I would never have that man's phone number. Why?
I keep so many weird.
He's like, I don't text, I call. But then I don't even call. I just yell into my phone. It texts for me. That's a fucking great voice. That's a great voice, isn't
I
it?
hate texting, but I love communication.
I love communication.
communication. I have like a revolving door of like
I hate podcasts. I love radio, though.
my contact list is like a freak shows and fucking weirdos I've acquired.
Right.
Like it's long.
It's a long list.
Yeah.
A laundry list of weirdos.
Yeah, I'm not. You guys are not on that list. It's a different
I
list.
would hope not.
Yeah,
Jesus.
no. Never mind.
That's the day. I was saying this, I think, on one of the episodes. The day, really, when the world crumbles, when you officially get minions.
Probably.
When you
They're
gain
coming.
minions.
You're going to have a few.
I'm going.
They have a fucking gang of Mateos. Pepe.
Yeah.
The gang of Pepe.
Yeah, the Mazis.
No, the Pepe Salvia mindset.
Yeah, the Pepes.
Pepe.
There he is, Pepe. Pepe.
How far are we into this one?
We're up to 42 minutes.
42 minutes. Let's stop this one. Let's record another hour for a second episode.
Okay, and
We're at
we are
45.
going to
Yeah, we're good.
Oh, okay, all right.
we'll cut it.